Hello first graders, so today we are going to be talking about clocks. Now this clock should look familiar, it's one from school, and remember we have two hands on our clock today. Now this is called an analog clock. Sometimes we see clocks that look like this. This would be a digital clock. This is an analog clock. So we have two hands. We have our hour hand, which is shorter, and we have our minute hand, which is longer. Now looking up here right now, this is an o'clock time. We have our hour hand pointing at the 2, and then our minute hand is pointing up at the top at the 12, which would be an o'clock. So this would say 2 o'clock, and we would write that this way, okay, 2 o'clock. Now, for today's job, you are only going to be doing o'clock hours, okay? So all of our hour hands should be up at the top of the clock, and to write that, you would just write 00 for the o'clock. Your job will be to pay attention to this first number, okay? Whatever our hour hand is doing. So let's look at a couple examples. So this would be 2 o'clock, and then remember, we'd have to go all the way around the clock to get to our next o'clock hour. Now our next o'clock hour would be 3 o'clock, and we would write that like this. We'd write our hour, so 3, and then we would just write 00 to show that it's an o'clock, okay? Now today for your quiz, you are going to be doing all o'clock. So every single one of your answers should have 00 for our minutes, okay? Your job will look like this. So here's an example, we'll do it together. Here's the one you guys are going to be doing, okay? So we need to look at our hour hand, which is the small one, and see what it's pointing to. In this case, it is pointing to the 11. And then our minute hand is pointing to the 12, so it will be 11 o'clock, okay? So for your choice, you would select the one that looks like this. 11 o'clock, okay? Now that you guys have watched the video, go ahead and do the quiz.